What's going on, chess lover? This is Maurice Bishop Chess. Y'all know my slogan, life is a game of chess. And I have to say, God is good all the time. God is great. Alright guys, I have this beautiful opening that I want to share with y'all. It's very tactical. I haven't seen Eric Rosen talk about this type of opening or any other chess streamers even talk about this opening at all. I could be wrong, but this opening that I want to share with y'all is with the black pieces. With the black, they play the Wagon Gambit. That's what it's called, the Wagon Gambit. And the move goes as follows. This is the mainline idea: d4, knight f6, c4, and then a6. Now I know y'all usually known for like the d5 and c5 moves and all that, but in this case, black goes a6. Haven't seen this before at all. But after knight c3, then he immediately goes b5, which is just the craziest thing ever. C catches b5, a catches b5, knight catches b5, and then e5 is played, which is like crazy as heck. After d catches e5, knight e4, which is pretty much the mainline ideas as y'all get. But notice that black got, you know, the a file open and everything, and as you see, these dark squares is going to be a problem, which we will see. And as y'all see this, this is kind of like a main gambit, like sort of like a Benko meets Budapest type of thing, which is pretty crazy. All right, but what we're going to go through, we're going to go through the knight c3 moves first. All right, and then we're going to go through all the other lines though. But I want to show you how crazy this opening is though. All right, so the first thing we want to see is knight c3. Knight c3 and then bishop b4 automatically. Notice that the knight is pinned. He cannot take the knight due to the bishop is pinning him. And now we're hitting this knight twice, right? No big deal, right? So, of course, the move we want to look at is bishop d2. But just to give y'all clarification, what happens if queen goes d4? Because you might be thinking white is probably going to win a piece, because he can either hit the knight or win the bishop. This beautiful move is rook a4, which is a very beautiful move. It's very shocking. This is like awesome, like a very awesome move. Obviously, the queen cannot take the knight due to bishop catches c3 check, and then of course the rook will take the queen on e4. This is just crazy, man. Another one is what happens if he goes queen d3. If he goes queen d3, we have this move. I believe is d5, which is the move. And the move goes as like, if he en passant, then black would just automatically castle. Of course, guys, the queen still cannot take the knight due to bishop catches c3 check, and we're still winning the queen. So of course, black castles, and then if white decides to go bishop d2, then of course the move will be like what is it, knight catches d2, if queen catches d2, and then queen f6 will be the move. And then of course, you know, it'll be like a good game. But I think so right now they got it as white having an advantage, but I don't know, the crazy part, I don't know if this is supposed to be like the best way for black to play. I'm not sure. But they just sharing some of the lines though. But this rook a4 move was kind of crazy though. But anyway, let's go with the bishop d2. Bishop d2. Knight catches d2. Queen catches d2. And then knight c6, where he's hitting the pawn on e5. Knight f3. Queen e7, hitting the pawn on e5 twice with the knight and the queen. E3, you know, because white is already like up some pawns, so he's like, I'm just going to develop. And then black goes knight catches e5, knight catches d5, queen catches e5, and then bishop e2. After bishop e2, you're thinking like, oh man, like, you know, white should be fine. But then black like hits white with this incredible move with rook a3. This rook a3 move is a really cool move, man. Like, I think it's like awesome. And the whole point is if the pawn takes the rook, then bishop captures c3, whereas he's pinning the queen and he's hitting the rook as well. But of course, in this position, we're winning the queen. So you're probably wondering, okay, so what if white just castled? if white castles, then I mean we still just go rook captures c3. We take the knight, and then he takes, and then bishop captures c3. Queen c1, bishop captures a1, queen captures a1, queen captures a1, and then rook captures a1. And as you see in this position, looks like black is better, but in reality, it's actually an equal position. But this is with an engine. The engine set is an equal position, but if two human minds like play or whatever, it could go. In my opinion, it seems like it's very. I would say it's kind of for black, to be honest with you. In my opinion, human wise, I say black has the advantage in this, even though white does have a passed pawn and everything, but also we have two pawns connected with each other, and it will be very easy for us to stop this pawn on the a file anyway. But that's just my opinion. But I kind of like this for black, you know what I mean? But like I said, the engine set is equal, but hey, who knows? All right. But queen c2, let's look at that one. So what happens if queen goes c2? If queen c2, bishop b4 check, knight c3, and then the beautiful move d5. So of course, you know, we're threatening. It's really like getting to the center. You know, we're sacking a pawn, so it's pretty much e captures d6, bishop f5, and just to clarify this, when black goes d5, it's just pretty much him just trying to get the development. He's just trying to free up all his pieces to develop all his pieces, and then get all his pieces to attack. You know, that's pretty much all it is. But that's the reason why the d5 is for. E captures d6, and then bishop f5. Not only is he attacking, but also he's defending the knight on e4 due to the queen. So now we have threats like knight g3, where he's hitting the queen with the bishop, but also the knight will be hitting the rook as well, which is a beautiful move. Of course, white will get out the way by going queen b3, in which he's actually hitting this dark square bishop. And then of course, queen captures d6, where he's winning a pawn back, but also defending the bishop on b4. All right. So then knight f3, where as you can see, he has to develop because we have we have three pieces developed. And white only has one piece developed. A queen is not a developing move. That's one of the principles. A queen is not a developing move. Alright. So after queen captures d6, knight f3, and then of course, guys, this beautiful move, rook a3. This move is just amazing. This is an amazing move for real. Rook a3, and game is over for real, man. Because why is it over? Because of bishop captures c3 on check. Like, I mean, what you want to do in this one? Because after knight d2, you got bishop captures on d2 check. If he goes king d1, knight captures f2 is on checkmate. This is just a nasty this is just nasty. That's all I could tell y'all, man. This is just nasty as heck. That rook a3 move is crazy. All right, so what about queen d4, guys? Queen d4. What happened with this one? All right, let's go here. All right, so queen d4, bishop b7, e3, bishop c5. Notice, and you gotta think about this. Notice how quick black is developing all his pieces. Notice this. He's developing all his pieces. Queen c4, d5 again, d5, getting in the center, and at the same time still harassing the queen, right? En passant, right? And then knight d7. How crazy is this, guys? He goes not only does he go d5, but he goes knight d7 because he's defending the bishop on c7. But the crazy part about this move with knight d7 is the fact that we see the threat knight captures c7. You know, like we see this threat, right? Before I do knight captures c7, what happens if b captures c7? What happens with that? Well, if that happens, we have to move queen h4, which is beautiful. So you're probably thinking like, okay, when he just go g3 or whatever. but then he has this lethal move, queen f6, because he's threatening, pretty much threatening to pretty much checkmate him close. You know what I mean? Especially queen catches f2, and then we could probably castle and then get some other attacks going on as well. It's just crazy. But if he tries to stop it with f3, then this move knight e5. This is a crazy position, guys. A very, very crazy position. Because now we're threatening knight catches f3. I don't want to go too deep in it, but you can just imagine, guys, getting this position as black. It's just very tactical. It's just crazy, guys. All right. So what happens if knight catches c7? If knight catches c7, king would just go f8. If knight catches on a8, black has this move, queen a5 check. If king d1, well, honestly, that's kind of like really the it's really the only place that he can go is king d1. The reason why he can't go, well, it really doesn't matter. If he goes somewhere like king e2, then you're kind of getting hit with bishop a6 as well, which is really nasty as well. Yeah, but if king d1, you get hit with knight catchers f2 check, and then if king c2, then you get hit with the move bishop e4. And the game is pretty much over after this, though, because obviously he can't go here due to the knight is covering it. Can't go here because the queen is covering. Can't go here because the queen is covering all these diagonals, right? Can't go back because the bishop is here. If he decides to go back, I don't know, like somewhere right here. I wanna say he could technically just go queen captures and it should be all right. I will believe. But let's see here. But if he goes here, okay. So even the engine is actually saying this move, just bishop catches d6, only because he's threatening bishop e4, and that's the whole reason. But in my logical, my logic thinking, I was thinking the moves like queen captures a8. Instead of bishop captures, I was thinking of this move only due to the fact of the bishop e4 is being threatened as well. I just thought that was better, but that's just me. But yeah. Alright, so queen d5. So they got this other one, the queen d5 move. This is the move that the common mistake that white would do. If he decides to go queen d5, bishop b4 check, if knight c3, and then of course knight captures c3. If queen captures a8, then of course knight e4 check, king d1, knight captures f2 check, king c2, queen h4. This is just, I'm telling you guys, this is just nasty. Queen captures b8, you know, white is just being greedy, and then after queen c4 check, oh my bad, guys, here we go, queen c4 check, king b1, and then of course the final move, queen e4 checkmate. This is just nasty, guys. I'm telling you guys, y'all could get somebody with these openings, like for real. And I see there's a couple people on here looking at this stuff. This is just yo guys, this is like crazy stuff. Very, very crazy stuff. Knight captures, yeah, knight e4 check. I don't know why this thing keep doing this every time I do this, but queen d5. Yeah, this is just nasty. Very, very, very nasty. Queen h4 check. Yeah, this is crazy. And now they got the refute. This is like if they're refuting it. So they're refuting is knight f3. So I guess that's supposed to be the best move, or I guess it's just a refute. So bishop b4 check, bishop d2, knight captures d2. So obviously they got it like it's a bad move or something. Oh, no, 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 no. So they're saying, so what they're saying is after bishop b4 check. So they're saying if knight goes to d2, then the move castle will be the best move. And they said bishop b7 is also another option as well. But in this case, if queen c2, the move d5 will be played, and then if e catches d6, and then bishop f5. So they're saying this, yeah, this would be crazy. So even if d catches c7, you still got queen d7. So if c catches on b8, getting a queen, then he just goes rook fb8, hitting this knight. But the whole point of this craziness is that Black's attack is very strong. It's very, very strong. Even after knight c3, knight catches c3. If I'm trying to see, oh my bad, guys. Yeah. So after knight c3, then you get this move knight captures c3. This bishop is hitting this queen and everything. And in this game, or like this position, it's just really, really like too strong. Like very, very strong. All right. And guys, and at the end of this video, guys, I'm gonna show y'all exactly where to find is at. And I'll probably, matter of fact, I'll give y'all the link to this this study as well. So it's just crazy. Yeah, so I don't want to long win this video, guys, but I just wanted to share with y'all this Wagon Gambit. I just think it was pretty cool with this gambit, because I mean, this thing is nice. This thing is very, very nice. And the thing is, and these are, and honestly, if y'all go through the whole study, like if y'all go through the opening repertoire, like just to see the statistics of how many people play this, you'll be surprised. Like the lines that you're seeing, a lot of these players play these exact same moves, and they fall into this trap. And you'll be surprised that even higher rated players even fall for this trap. So don't be surprised if you actually beat a higher rated player with these openings. But this rook a3, this rook a3 move is just crazy. This is just bananas, man. So I don't want to say this is like the craziest opening I've seen. It's not the craziest opening I've seen, but I think it's very interesting. Very, very interesting. But if you want to look at it, definitely check this out, man. But I think this line right here is kind of like my favorite right here after this queen c2. Which I believe a lot of people play the queen c2 move. Bishop b4, knight c3, d5, en passant, bishop f5. This bishop, I'm telling you, man, this is crazy. And a lot of people will play the queen b3 just to try to attack this bishop. And then after queen captures d6, knight f3, then rook a3. This is just nasty. I'm sorry. This is just nasty to me, yo. Yeah. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I just had to share with y'all this Wagon Gambit. I thought this was something interesting. If you seen somebody do a video on a Wagon Gambit, please comment below, you know, who talked about this gambit, and let me know about it. And also, guys, if y'all have any questions or concern, any comments, any other videos that you want me to do, make sure you comment below, and I'll definitely look into all y'all comments, because I do read all comments. And then also, guys, don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well if you like this content. All right, guys, peace.